Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and the next part of our lesson is going to focus on taking everything we've done when it comes to practicing histograms, our vocabulary, and our understanding of these cause and effect relationships between our environment and the adaptive traits in a population. And we're going to be applying it now to our newt population and that phenomenon that we have about their poison levels. So, if you remember from a while ago, we were introduced to Dr. Young, and she had all this information and all these different claims about what's going on with our new population. So let's go ahead and see if we can begin to make sense of it all. If you notice down here, we have our big question as to what caused the new population to become more poisonous over time. Now, this question is really based on what we see in our histogram here. First and foremost, we notice that before our population changed, about 50 generations ago, our new population had a specific set of variations within its population, a very high set of variations, with our highest distribution of those poison levels at the low poison section of our histogram, and very few or a low distribution of high poisoned newts there. So overall, we had a very diverse set of poison levels, but our highest were at the low end and our lowest were at the high end. And notice that this was an environment where we had very little to no snakes. Now, after 50 generations, we notice a few things happening in our histogram. Number one, we notice that we no longer have these really low poison levels, and we begin to see the distribution kind of flip. So we go from having that high to low distribution. Now we go from a low to high, with now our high poison level having the highest distribution. So how could this be? How could these things be related in a cause and effect relationship? How could these changes we see in our histogram be related to a cause and effect relationship between the newts, their poison levels, and the presence of snakes in their environment? Well, this is where you're going to come in and you're going to reevaluate some of your claims. So, number one, we have two sets of claims, okay? We had claim one and claim two. Now, claim one was individual newts become more poisonous because they want to, okay? Maybe they want to try to survive the snakes. Maybe they want to be more poisonous to fight back, whatever it may be. The second claim we had was that the new population became more poisonous because of something in the environment. Well, we kind of know what's going on in the environment right now. We know that the newt population became more poisonous because the snakes in the environment caused the poison to become an adaptive trait. But how? How did the snakes create this adaptive trait within our newts? How is that creating this cause and effect relationship between our loss of some variation and the gaining of a new variation in terms of our distribution? So we're going to have to really take this claim number two and kind of put it away and really use the new revised claim two to really help us explain what's going on with this relationship between the newts and the snakes. Now, hopefully we recognize that individual newts becoming more poisonous because they want to really doesn't make a lot of sense. Individual newts cannot change their traits. What they have is what they have. What they're born with is what they're going to stick with. When we talk about traits changing, what we're really talking about is the traits found in a population, okay, in a big group. Though I might pull out a specific person in that population or a newt in that population and say, hey, take a look. Whenever we talk about populations change or traits changing, we're talking about the population as a whole. So what you're going to be doing here in the next set of tasks is taking all of our vocabulary words here to really explain kind of that cause and effect relationship. What's causing our newt population to become more poisonous over time? Obviously, thinking back to our sims and everything that we've learned up to this point. So you're obviously going to go through and you're going to complete the survey. If everything that we explained doesn't make any sense, or you're having trouble, or you want to go over it with me, call me and let's figure it out, okay? Because the next section is where you're going to dive into the Amplify page and really use this graph to explain what's going on with our newt population. You obviously have our vocabulary words here, okay? But when you get into the page itself, it'll have that breakdown of what we talked about, okay? If you need to revisit the histogram with our newts, you can click down here on the 1 page. It'll be there to kind of explain what's going on. But once you're done picking your claim, claim 1 or the revised claim 2, and using your vocab to explain what's going on, make sure you hit that hand in button. If you got questions, reach out. Otherwise, good luck.